Alright, and we're back here for another video of Genshin Impact. So, recently, I was supposed to post, I had a Navia video set up, but I didn't post it. But then I had the thought of, redoing it and stuff like that. So, here we are, literally. So we're gonna make another Navia guide on her builds, her artifacts, her weapons, and her kit and her compensations of teams. And yeah, this might be like I'm not gonna rush this video. Try not to. At least I try. I won't. I'm not gonna try, but I want to at least get this out there so I don't worry about it. Because this was supposed to come out way before, way earlier in the day, but that never happened, and I just kind of stopped. So here we are. So let's get into it and not waste any time. So for my attributes right here is Navi at level 90. Her attacks at 2800, defense at 874, and she is the first Geo character that does not skill on defense and skills on attack. Very so. What? Oh, okay. Well, my brother just he needed something, but I guess he just saw me recording. But this is her signature weapon, the Verdict, which gives crit rate and increasing attack by 20% when the party members obtain a elemental shard. So she utilizes the crystallized reactions to amplify her damage, so increasing her damage significantly by 18%, as you can see down there on the bottom right. And it says the seal lasts for 15 and may the equipper may have up to 2 seals at once. All of the equipper's seals disappear 0.2 seconds after the elemental skill deals damage. So that goes on. So once you pick up elemental shard, and then the seals are there, and then once like you use them, they'll disappear within 2 seconds, and they will do damage as they go on. So Verdict is her best in slot weapon. Obviously, every character is best in slot weapon, so on. But then there's other options you can run with, like right now, Red Horn is a good option, even though the substat for this one is not that great, but the crit damage is wonderful and it's not a nice touch. You can do the Unforged, is definitely pretty good because it gives the attack bonus. The substat, not so much, but honestly, it's not too bad because you'll be generating a lot of crystallized and some shields. So again, it wouldn't hurt to use this. This is a very underrated weapon, and I like it because it's a very different, unique weapon compared to all the other Genshin weapons that we have in this game. This is not from Genshin Impact. This is from Honkai, I think Impact Third, if I remember correctly. You got Redstone, Wolf's Gravestone, Deluxe signature weapon, and attack percent. This is actually a really good one too. The substat on this one is not too bad. Increasing attack on a hit targets less than 830 HP. Increases all party members' attacks by 50% for 12 seconds and can occur every 30 seconds. So this can be a really good way to buff your team's attack damage by another 50% for 12 seconds. For that 12 window opportunity, you can just, rip and tear your enemies apart. First, and then Skyward probably would be like I guess if you want it for energy recharge. Your other one could be your free-to-play options or your Serpent Spine from the Battle Pass, which is obvious because everyone should know because Serpent Spine is the best 4-star Claymore out there, just for crit rate and the substat, passive actually. I'm saying the substat, the passives. All these weapons are passives, not substats. Or no, I think I said substats. Whatever. But the substat. Oh no, I'm saying substat now. Oh my god, the passive for Serpent Spine. Every four seconds, the character will on the field will do 10% more damage. This is a refinement at 5, but if it was at 1, here's the difference. You'll deal 6% more damage and take 3% more damage, and this stacks up to 5 times. So basically, you stack this to 5 times. The swords will stack. You'll get that extra all those 5 maximum stacks, and you'll deal 6% more damage every 4 seconds. And then for the 5, it's just like 4% more, so it's like 10% more, and then you take less damage by 1 less percent, 2% basically. So you're just buffing up by only a couple stats, not too much, but it's a little bit goes a long way. And then your free to play option your other free to play option is Tidal Shadow, which is a good one to use, or the Ultimate Overlord Mega Magic Sword. Completely a really long name, and this is just from the miscellaneous quests that around the Fontaine underground. Basically, if you complete all of them, you get this additional attack and increased bonus for 24%, which is pretty good. It's very and most of these your 4-star options are really closely like they're really close together with your 5-star competitors. Very close, but not just slightly a bit just foreshadowed and taken by them just a little bit. There's a bit of a difference, but it's not too much. It's just a very small gap in damage, but it's a very close similarity in damage. So you're just only missing a few numbers. That's all you're missing out on. So increase for 24% if you complete all the missions in the Mussolinian village. And then for this one, is your free-to-play option if you don't have anything else other than just the craft, the Title Shadow, giving the looter heals attacks will be increased by 30% for 8 seconds, and this can trigger even when the character is not on field. So there's all her weapons. So you have about a couple good options, not to really worry about, which isn't too bad. And if you want to maximize her damage, obviously her best in slot weapon is Verdict, giving crit rate and the crazy crystallized shards of damage. So if we move on to artifacts, so for artifacts, her best in slot is the Night Whispers in the Echoing Woods, giving the 2-piece attack bonus 18%, and the 4-piece after using elemental skill gain a 20% geo damage bonus for 10 seconds while under a shield, granted by the crystallized reaction. The the above effect will be increased by 150, and this additional increase disappears 1 second after that shield is lost. So anytime you create a crystallized shield from picking up shards or making geo, and then they'll crystallize your enemies. You'll get that 100% 50 damage bonus, and once you use it, or once it breaks, you'll lose that 100% 50% damage. And recommended sets are right here if you're not wondering what to build and stuff like that. So you have 60% of the people choosing the Nighttime Whisperers, which is obviously her best in slot weapon, or not weapon, artifact, her best in slot artifact. And if you can't get any good pieces and you want to just try to do a 2-piece set for now and then worry about this later, you can go a Gladiator's Final with a Shimenawa Reminiscence, combination with a Gladiator Final with Golden Trope, giving you again the attack bonus from Gladiators a set, and then from Golden Trope you have that elemental skill damage by 20% because her damage mainly comes from her skill and not her burst. So basically, you can go double attack if you like, or if you want to go skill and attack, that is the sets right there. But if you have the time and if you can put in the work, then Nighttime Whispers is definitely a go-to and a must-have for Navia. At the very least, it is her best slot and artifact set, 4-piece, vary by far in maximizing her damage potential and capability of destroying your enemies. Now, constellations, I'm not going to go into too much, honestly, because I know I should include these, but you can read these as you like. I will just kind of go through and just kind of let you read them. Feel free to pause if you like. So here we are for our C1. Okay. I know that's probably gonna be like a weird pause, probably, but so onto her talents. So what you want to prioritize is mainly her skill, the ceremonial crystal shot. If you look at your talent upgrades and recommendations, the first priority is obviously her skill because that's where her damage comes from and is relied on at very most times. And then her second priority would be her burst, and then her last would be her attack. So yes, if you want to build Navia, skill first, ultimate, or burst, and then normal attack. Because you'll be using your shotgun for the most part to deal damage. For the talent info, I'm just gonna summarize this up for the most part. For those who already know, to those who don't, I'll make it brief here. So basically, what it does is when you crystallize and you suck up, basically using her skill, it will suck up crystallized shards around you, creating like shrapnel, crystal shrapnel. That's what they're called. And Once you have three crystal shrapnels, that will cater to your damage, increasing significantly. If you stack up to six crystallized shrapnel, that is the max stacks for shrapnel, I believe. Yeah, six stacks right there. If it says right there, now you can have up to six stacks of crystallized shrapnel at once. Each time crystal shrapnel gain is triggered, the duration of the crystal shrapnel stacks you already have will be reset. So anytime you used all six shrapnels to make that big burst of damage from your skill, they're already going to be used. So you have to regain your shrapnel charges again. And this is where and this basically increases her burst, if you want to see, or not burst, her skill, significantly with the shrapnel that you get. So you have Rousal Shard Shot base damage at 710, Crystallized Shrapnel duration at 300, Surging Blade and Surging Blade interval, and the cooldown is only about 9 seconds, so it's not too long, not too short. Honestly, I've been having fun with Navia ever since then, and she's honestly a blast to have. Honestly, like she is probably one of the best geo damage dealers out there now, and second to Ito. And all you really do is just collect your crystal shrapnels and just blast away, increasing your damage significantly, and it just one shots almost everything in this game. Like it's insane. If you could build like an insane Navia, then man, I'll be just bewildered. Believe me. So her skill, it's pretty much very basic. It's nothing too surprising, but also it's pretty awesome. I like it a lot. So what her burst essentially does is it reloads, it reloads your crystal shrapnel rounds or charges. So anytime you use your six or three shrapnels when you gain from crystallized and you use them on enemy, like bam, you're out of shrapnel. Then you use your burst, and it will commence fire support damage, and anytime it hits an enemy within that radius, it will reload your shrapnel charges again. It will reload at an interval about a couple seconds after, and then we'll go one, two. You'll see it as it builds up your shrapnel, and then you can just fire again, and it will go on for about 12 seconds, shown here. Cannon fire support duration at 12 seconds, damage 77%, and then skill damage at 135. And the entry cost for her is pretty crazy. It's 60, so it's not too much at all. It's not much at all. And then her passives are pretty much like right here. Her passive talent right here. 4 seconds after using ceremonial crystal shot, the damage dealt by Naya's normal attacks and charge attacks are infused with Geo damage, so they can't be overridden at all. And you can just like do crazy damage with her when her weapon is Geo infused, increasing attacks by 40% for charge and normal attacks and plunging attacks. So that's a win-win right there for your Geo Queen right there. So yes. And then her other passive is called Mutual Assistance Network, or MAN for short, if you want to put it that way. This basically is for each Pyro, Electro, and Hydro party member. Now you gain 20% increased attack. This effect can stack up to 2 times. So basically, you would want to have like a Pyro or Electro, and then like a Geo character. You can do two Geos, and then you can do like a Pyro and Electro together to give that 20% bonus to get that 20% increased attack bonus to stack up to 2 times. It's just only two characters. All you need. That's all you need. No more than two. You don't need to have like a full like three. You just need two. That's all you have to do to get that extra 20% attack bonus. If you wish, you don't have to. It's not like it's needed, but then if you want to, then go ahead. And then her other passive is just gains 25% more rewards in the exploration for 20 hours in Fontaine. So that's pretty nice. So that's about for Navia. For her teams, oh, what are you doing? Making a guide video. Making a guide. So I'm in the middle of a video. Guide video for Navia. Oh my gosh. Boss's orders. You're okay. Okay, that was it. So you got her weapons, her artifacts, and her talents. So you know what to prioritize for skill, what you prioritize for well, for her weapons and artifacts. So then for her team comps, we're just gonna go into it. Let's go to the party setup, and I will show you. So I'm running a Navia Farina team with Farina, Bennett, and Zhongli. So basically, the passive I showed you with Pyro, Hydro, and Electro characters, you can run like a Hydro, any Hydro character and any Pyro character. Mainly, you would want Bennett because Bennett gives you attack increase, which is a good thing. So you could put Navia with Farina and Bennett and Zhongli together because if you can get that double Geo resonance, and you have this Pyro and Hydro, meaning the two characters that you need for that 20% extra damage bonus, then you can do that. Or you can do a mono Geo, Pyro Geo team, which is consisting of two Geo characters and two Pyro characters. So you can do Bennett, Navia, Bennett, Zhongli, and then your last in slot would be like if you want like doing Mia, you can do that. You can do Yang Fei for another shield. But a lot of people prefer Xiangling because of her skill, of her ultimate burst dealing damage. So this is a go-to for most people, and especially for me, I've done it before and I have had a blast. So you can run a Navia, Xiangling, Bennett, and Zhongli team, or you want to run a Navia, Farina, Bennett, Zhongli team. That's two right there. If you want like Electro, I guess if you were to do like Electro, you could do like Raiden, Bennett, Zhongli, or you can do like Yai Miko as your other Electro support. Sakujo Sara is definitely a good one. Fischl as well. Lisa, pretty much almost all Electro characters are pretty good. Hydro characters are the same as well. Xingqiu probably might be a better exception. Mona comes to second. Probably Mona would be first, probably if you were gonna yell at me, but yeah, probably Mona would be first. If I said she would be second, you guys would probably be yelling at me. So Mona, Xingqiu, for Hydro, and then for Animo, probably like, if you're doing, I guess, well, I don't know, not Animo. I don't think Animo really matters, but like if you want to like kind of keep for Geo for like since they kind of like for that energy stuff, you can do like Hydro and Electro and Pyro. So I prefer you if you were gonna run Navia, you would run like a Pyro Hydro or Pyro Electro character, whichever one, and they have like a Geo character like the Traveler, Zhongli, Albedo to have that double resonance. And yeah, that's like it. So you can basically substitute pretty much anybody into this team for Navia because Navia is a very flexible character. Same for Farina. Farina is also very flexible. I mean, I guess Navia wouldn't be too flexible because of the 20% attack bonus and whatever you want, but she works pretty good with Farina. She would work very well for Sing Shou the same way. She would work the same way for Shangling and Bennett and Albedo. Whichever one you can flip around, you can, and Navi will be your main DPS, and everyone else will be your support and sub DPS. So you have a bunch of teams to go through and a bunch of teams to have fun with. You can do whatever you like. No one can stop you, and you will just be blasting your opponents left and right, no matter who they are, and show them the Spina di Rosada, who is the boss around here in parts of Fontaine, all the way through. So yeah, I might have rushed this video. I apologize very so. I'm sorry if I sounded very, very quick in my speech. I wanted to get it out as quick as I could, as efficiently as I could. I hope that did help anybody out there, inspire somebody to really, just build Navia, to have fun with her. Like she's probably one of the best Geo characters, I'd say in my opinion, to do damage. Hitting 100k every shot you make is amazing. And you just feel like a powerhouse with Navia. Like she is the queen of Geo. Noelle probably would come first, then Navia. But I guess since Navia is now here, Navia will be first, then Noelle. And honestly, if you were to just go around town blasting your enemies and having fun and just smiling, just terrifying your enemies, just you are just a monster. Oh god. You're just a monster. But honestly, she is amazing. I enjoy her a lot. I play her, and honestly, like, man, I'm telling you, man, she brought back Geo. She is the goat. She is the queen. She revived Geo. But enough enough of that. But this was supposed to be a guide video, and that was about it. I'm just saying. So if you guys want more stuff like this, let me know down in the comments below who I should do next in my upcoming what like artifact weapon build. Nah. That wouldn't make sense. But like a next character guide build. Oh my god, I couldn't think. Let me know down in the comments who I should do next in my character guide build for Genshin Impact. And I'll be making another video pretty soon. Probably posting it tomorrow, maybe, or maybe today. About the banners that are coming out for Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail and how to like how it is, how it's gonna be like, what's it gonna be like for people for free to plays, and you know all this stuff. Because that was another video I also want to make and I want to address it. So um, yeah, look forward to it. But I do appreciate it, every one of you. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you guys want more stuff like this. And I will bring more guide videos to this channel as quick as I can. And I will see you all next time.
ローズクラッカースピナディロースの特注版よ